Hello, welcome to Cerulean Arts Gallery. Today we're speaking with Ginny Perry in conjunction with her Cerulean Collective exhibition, which is on view now through December 7th. Hello, Ginny.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Ginny Perry, and I'm from Upper Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I'm an artist and retired high school art educator, and I'm also a volunteer interfaith lay chaplain at a local nursing home and hospital. I also volunteer at an art studio for mentally challenged adults. I was a public high school teacher, art teacher for 24 years. And for 7 of those years, during the summer months, I attended PAFA's studio critique program, which Mike coordinated.
That's where we met.
Yeah, it was excellent program, and I met some wonderful people who were also in the program, but also wonderful mentors. Before teaching, I was a graphic designer and illustrator at the Philadelphia Inquirer. I taught illustration at Hutchins College of Art and owned a small art school, and I also did freelance illustration. I have two themes that I'm presenting in my work, and as different as they are, there is a connection. My work is about like just slowing down and paying attention to the hard, unpleasant stuff and finding beauty in perfection. Um, I find beauty where others may look away. I've done volunteer work with the elderly for about 9 years in a local nursing home, and I spend time with the residents offering emotional and spiritual support, and which this practice led me to create the work that I'm producing today. I have to thank Nisa Grassi for encouraging me to go further with presenting the nursing home culture, and she really pushed me to do it. If I feel inspired to capture a moment after meeting a resident, I go back to my home studio and draw and paint what I feel and what I've experienced. Sometimes I draw on the spot. I use various mediums and techniques that will best capture what I want to convey. I see loneliness, mental health issues, patients in hospice care, and patients with Alzheimer's disease. But the wonderful thing is learning about their lives and their legacies. Even people that have Alzheimer's, they have pockets of time where they can remember things in their lives. And listening is really the key. I listen. I develop relationships with some of the patients, especially Patrice. That is a picture of Patrice we just saw. And she is a 92-year-old former surgical nurse, has no family, only a daughter who she has very little contact with, and used to ride a motorcycle and is very religious, but curses like a sailor. She is such fun. I've captured Patrice in many of my pieces, which she approves and loves. I think it makes her feel, relevant and important. It's an absolute pleasure and privilege to be present for these amazing people and hear their life stories. And it's awesome when I can capture this in my art. Sometimes my work can be sad and gut-wrenching, but I aim to present a situation with kindness and compassion. I am also an avid Delaware River Canal explorer. Literally, the canal is right down the street from me. It's about 3 miles down the street. I go there to decompress, to meditate, to walk, and to sketch and explore. I take notice of the beauty of the canal. A lot of discord, especially after a storm. Fallen ash trees drain canal waters. mushrooms growing on trees, interesting plant life, which others may consider weeds. I take notice of fascinating wildlife, herons, geese, weasels. Yeah, I saw my first set of weasels past couple of months. All sorts of birds and turtles. I've especially been fascinated with an old Osage tree that which I have documented numerous times, and I also actually have a series in the show right now. The tree is approximately 150 to 200 years old. It has large, really interesting burls. I see faces and it looks like animals protruding out. It reminds me of a high relief sculpture. My daughter said that the faces look like old souls trying to escape. This tree truly draws me in. I especially love documenting the canal in the winter and fall months, where I see more interesting shapes and details and colors. I see more of the bones of the canal. I also enjoy examining the different types of barks on trees. I love the patterns, nature's own design. It's fascinating. The canal truly, truly has a personality. I like working in different mediums, which I often mix. My favorite being acrylic, watercolor, pastels, ink. Sometimes I'll even dip string in ink and I'll draw with that because it loosens me up and just gives it a really cool look. And charcoal. I also like working on top of old artwork, which I no longer want and get ready to discard. I have done this numerous times and have had successes. That process is called the palimpsest. There is a piece in the show which I did where I did a pastel over a collage. It's actually of an Osage tree. It's called Osage tree near Eulerstown. You can actually see the remnants of the cut paper. So that is my approach, and that's how I work. And it's a pleasure to present this a new set of work. And here's this is one from the Osage series. Yeah, I also like using gouache. This one has gouache in it. And then I usually go on top and I love charcoal. I love the lines from charcoal. This one is done in oil pastels. That was a little experiment for me, and I really enjoy working with them. I can't use solvents for allergy reasons, so everything is done very, very thick. It has a very thick texture.
So, Ginny, how do you decide on your medium for any given thing? I mean, do you start with one thing and then it just develops, or do you always intend to use the whole bag of tricks?
No, yeah, I never know. With some of these canal drawings, um, some of them I'll start with poured paint and then I go on top of them. Um, it's not, I don't plan. I never know what it's going to look like. I may have something in mind, but it never ever turns out that way. This is the one where I worked on top of a collage. I was just kind of curious how the pastel would work on top of it.
Mhm.
And I really, really loved the way it worked. I loved the texture. And it's interesting because the Osage tree is it's very, very textural. So this worked for me. I really loved working on it.
Yeah, it's got a very like tactile
Hmm.
quality, so very substantial. It's like you rebuilt the tree
Yeah,
and
and you could see
paint.
you can actually see the the collage was newspapers. So you can actually see some of the newspapers.
Yeah. So in the nursing home, do you take pictures at all, or do you just draw, or what?
Yeah, I would say both. Um, Patrice, I do have permission to photograph her. So yeah, and so I photograph her and usually work from her, for reference. Sometimes I do draw her from life as well. I think it's very difficult for Patrice to sit for a long period of time and model for me. So I do a combination of both. But most of
And
the time I photograph.
and the landscapes? How
Yeah, that I would say a combination. Sometimes I'm right there. Sometimes I might start it and bring back a photograph and finish it in my studio. It varies. Again, it depends on the weather.
right.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors.
Well, it's a really wonderful show, Ginny.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. And the show is up through December 7th. We hope people come down to see it. And everything is also available on the website, ceruleanarts.com.
Okay.
So thanks again, Jenny, for being here
Thanks,
today.
Mike.
Have a
Thank you so
great
much.
have a great
You too.
rest of the day.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving too.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye-bye.